says, I have heard of your fame. And I actually mentioned Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego purposefully because it connects with what I've just read now from Habakkuk. When Habakkuk says, I have heard of your fame. I have heard of your reputation. I have heard of what you are able to do. I have heard of you. If somebody meets you and say to you, I've heard about you. I have heard about the great things you are doing. I'm sure you will stand there amused and wanting to know, what is it that you've heard about me? What is it that they've told you? And Habakkuk says, can you repeat what you are known for? And tonight we are saying to God, we are going to mention what we have heard. And there are so many things that we have heard that he has done here in the word. And so many things that he has done for us that in the past. And I don't think he can fail today when he was able to do it all along, all the time. Today, it cannot be a different day for God. It cannot be a different day for him to save you. It cannot be a different day for him to be able to do what you're asking him to do tonight. He did it for Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. And I love Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I love them for one thing. I love them that they trusted God. They trusted in him, that they were not spoiled like the children of Israel, who for everything they doubted God. For everything they will ask. They will ask as if they are not aware of God's fame. Just after they've crossed the Red Sea, they still complained about food. Just after they get food, they complain about water. They just complained about everything. They could not even remember what God did yesterday. And I want us to remember what God did yesterday. There is something that God did for you. I want to believe that that's why you are holding on to this God, because there is something that he did for you. And tonight, when you go before him, when you go and ask for that one thing, remember what he has done for you before. Remember what you have seen him doing for other people. Remind him of what he has done in the word, of what he has done. There were people with a similar situation as you. There were people who were sick and they were healed from their sickness. There were people who wanted children and God granted them children. There were people who were faced with a wall and God brought a breakthrough. And we read about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were thrown into a fire. And even in that fire, they saw God because they provoked him. They said, even if our God does not save us, tonight I want you to speak like them and say, I shall not stop saving God, even if what I'm asking for is not giving me. God is He is great. He is wonderful. He is awesome. When you do that, you provoke God. You make him want to perform a miracle because you are saying, my God, I will not stop saving you. I will die saving you. Even if I die because of Corona, I will die knowing that I will be with my Father. I will be with my God. I am not worried about things that happen in this world. But you can also say, Father, remember me like you remembered those ones in the Bible. Remember me like you remembered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Remember me, Lord. There are so many women in the Bible who went to God crying, and God heard them. The Bible tells us that he said he heard the cry of Rachel from Ramah. He could hear a cry from Ramah when Rachel was crying for her children. Tonight, he can hear your cry. Your cry can be heard by God. Only if you believe yourself that God is going to hear you, that God is going to listen to your prayer, and you remind him of the fame of the great things he has done before, and you say like Habakkuk that, can you repeat what you've done before? Can you repeat it? If you talk abundance, if you talk about giving people an abundance, can you give me that abundance tonight? Can I see prosperity? I hear about people who were rich, people like Jacob, people like Abraham, people like David, people like Solomon, people like Isaac, who were very rich. Lord, can you repeat what you've done for them? Can you repeat it now for us? So tonight when you go and pray, I want you to hold on to two things. The first thing is for you to say, Lord, I want you to repeat what you are known for. I have heard of your fame. Can you repeat it even in my days, so that I can also stand and glorify your name, so that I can also stand and say, I have seen God, so that somebody somewhere else can say, I've seen the God of this person, and I want to experience what God has done for them, so that even those that do not know God, they can know this God through us. But when people that don't know God, they come to us and they find us frustrated, where are they going to get hope? Because it's us that must give them the hope in Christ and tell them, do not worry. God is in control. It doesn't matter what's shaking. Don't worry. God is in control. Even tonight, even for your situation, God is in control. He can do it. He can make it happen, because the God we serve is able. Nothing is impossible with him. He asked us, is there anything too hard for me? And tonight we say, nothing is hard for you, because we have heard of your fame. We have heard of the great things that you are able to do. And believing that even tonight we are still going to hear of your fame, of the great things. You are going to answer each and every